World War I had finished and Japan started to become important in the international sphere.
They felt a sense of superiority after winning the Russo-Japanese War and the World War I. They were hungry for territories. The economic and political conditions predicted a riot. Japan's economy was not doing so well.
But the military is doing just fine, and it invades Manchuria. In the League of Nations, it's like, no, don't do that. If you're in the League of Nations, you're not supposed to take over the world. And Japan said, how about I do?
The US had pressured Japan for living his ambitious desires.
However, they did not expect any kind of armed conflict with Japan. They would suffer one of the deadliest attacks in their history on December the 7th in Pearl Harbor.
I came in like a wrecking ball. Oh, baby, how was I supposed to know?
The US declared war on December the 8th through its president Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Japan ignored this and continued its expansion.
They conquered territories such as Singapore, Siam, and the Philippines.
But everything that goes up has to go down. And then came the Midway Battle in 1942.
This was the first time the Japanese lost a battle against the Americans.
Not what I want. This is not what I planned. And I just gotta say, I do not understand.
The war near began to go in favor of the Allies, and then the US started to back up Japan in the Pacific drastically. Japan was left alone fighting with the Allies in the Pacific. With Germany's defeat, the US was wondering if they could beat Japan before the USSR came to conquer Japan, which was not very convenient for them. But the Japanese did not surrender.
Don't surrender, surrender, surrender.
This would eventually cause the bombardment of the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Sky fall when it crumbles. We will stand tall, face it all.
Finally, the land of the rising sun surrendered on September the 2nd, 1945, and the Emperor's voice was heard for the first time on the radios.
A huge sense of resentment is still felt at some ex-Japanese colonies such as Korea and China.
The Japanese learned how to leave the past behind, and then they were going to do something to come back on the road again. War to become a world superpower.